And greetings, Southern Gospel Forward family. Here we are.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, and we have some awesome news for you. For the first time in 3 shows, the faces that you guys have seen on all of our promotion are here tonight with us. We didn't make anybody sick this week, so that is a fantastic blessing, and we are thankful for that, right, crew?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hey, we are so happy that you're spending your evening with us. We've got a great show lined up for you. This episode 10, season 2, Southern Gospel Forward. Thank y'all so much for joining us. If you are watching us on YouTube, let's start there. We love y'all on YouTube. If you wouldn't mind clicking that subscribe, it would bless us and you wouldn't miss anything that we put out. Also, for our Facebook watchers, if you are watching us on the Southern Gospel Forward Facebook page, would you click that like and just joining us and part of the family, and you won't miss anything. And if you would share us, y'all share us with your friends tonight, and let's see if we can grow a crowd, sit together, and just have a good time together. Real quick, our individual sponsors for this week's episode. We have Daniel Garrett, Kyle Goodson, Daniel Hayes, Elaine Harcourt, Andrew Potts, and Riley Wheeler. We thank them so much for sponsoring us. We're going to scroll those names across the bottom. But what we want to do, without further ado, is bring in our amazing guest for round 2. They joined us in season 1, and we're tickled to have them back. Ben and Maria Wolfe of the Kramers.
Hey
guys.
Hi.
Look at that production setup. The lighting, everything. Beautiful lighting.
It's Ben Wolfe. I can't take any credit.
Hey, they got it lined up, and they are snowbirds during this winter season and on tour in Florida, I believe. And we are just thankful that they took some time out of their schedule to spend the evening with y'all and with us. So thank y'all very much.
We're so excited.
And we are I've been excited for ever since we said we were going to put this down. Y'all that's watching, go ahead and get your comments and questions in there. We'll try to get you going. This is going to be a little bit of a different show than some of our watchers are used to, because Ben and Maria have been with us. Now, I'm not saying we may not have some repeats on some questions, and that's fine, but I believe our panel has some new questions for them tonight. So we won't even start with the introductions. You know Ben, you know Maria, and the Kramer family, who we dearly love. And we won't go through that cold introduction again. They've got the youngins in bed, so they are going to spend some time with us tonight. And host panel, y'all just kick off and let's see what kind of questions you have up your sleeve for Ben and Maria.
All right. Well, I get to go first.
Hey, Tiffany.
So I wasn't on your guys' first episode, so some of the answers are going to be new to me, even if they are the same questions.
It's great.
So I like to ask this question because I consider myself a resident baker for Southern Gospel Forward. So if you had to pick your favorite dessert, doesn't necessarily have to be baked, what would it be?
Boston cream donut.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Donut. I think mine's going to be a red velvet cheesecake.
Oh,
Whew, yes, sir.
From
Now
Cheesecake.
we're talking.
yes.
So I found out in 2018 that I have celiac, and so I have to be gluten-free. And there's a bakery down here in Florida that has gluten-free donuts, and it's been really, really exciting for me. It's like a really emotional thing, but I was pregnant with Elizabeth when I first discovered it, and I walked in, and when they told me that their donuts were gluten-free, I cried.
Bless your heart. Bless
I
your
got
heart.
the video.
Yeah.
Wow.
So good question, Tiffany. Thank you.
Donuts are very emotional.
Yeah, yes.
That's true.
That they are. That they are. I'm always hungry after this show for some reason. I don't know why. But like Tiffany, I was also not on your first episode. I think I had a schedule conflict that night, so I wasn't even watching. So I like to ask this question of our guests, but if you could put together a Mount Rushmore, so 4 of vocalists, and it doesn't have to be gospel music, but it can be limited to that if you want. Who would be on your Mount Rushmore of singers?
Oh my goodness. I wish I would have had time to think about that. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah. Are you sticking with this?
I'm
genre?
sticking with this genre.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do female artists because I feel like that will be easier for me.
Okay.
Hopper is number one for me. She's very kind on and off the platform, and just a very consistent. When you watch her sing, you think of, wow, God is so good. And then the second person is Hopper, because her communication is second to none, and her anointing is beautiful from Jesus. And I love her. She can walk into a room and say nothing, and we're just so excited to see her. The third person would probably be Janet Paschal. And this kind of comes down to personal experience, but I met her personally for the very first time at the Gaither taping in September. And I'm so used to meeting people and talking to people that you kind of become numb to it. But when I met her, she made me feel so special. And I thought to myself, I hope and pray that I can always make people feel like she made me feel. And of course, she's such a beautiful lady, the way she presents herself and when she sings. And so those are my first three. And then my fourth one would probably be Sonia Isaacs. She's just so phenomenal, and she's a prayer warrior. And Becky. I know that that's more than four, but
It's okay.
they all just mean a lot to me. And Karen Peck. I mean, I could just go on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I need a list in front of me.
He's going to get in trouble.
I know. I'm biased, but I'm going to say Dad. He's always been so, I mean, just a powerhouse.
Yeah.
And so genuine when he delivers. Let's see. George.
Rodney, Chris,
Yeah, Rodney.
Gaither, greater.
I mean, you can.
Who were you saying though?
I was going to say George, Yance,
There you go.
Bill Gaither.
Okay.
And let's see. I'm going to say, let's go with Eric Bennett.
Good
Okay.
choice.
I like it.
He is
Yes.
a phenomenal bass singer, but he's also a great communicator.
Yes.
Definitely.
Excellent.
Indeed. This is
Hard
my,
question, but good one.
this is my turn on the list of questions. So I actually Googled some good icebreakers for the morning. This morning, like, what are some good icebreakers? So here's one that I thought that may be a recurring question on the podcast. What has been your favorite outfit that you have ever wore in your time of singing?
Mine is recent.
You said favorite outfit?
Favorite outfit.
Okay.
Mine is recent. It's this black dress that's got layers, and we always try to be ladylike and classic, and my mom and I, and the way we present ourselves, and I just really like it. So it's newer to me this year.
Suit and tie. Mine's a dress. Mine's a suit and tie.
Do you have a favorite one?
I do have a favorite one. It's blue, and it has like a plaid pattern on there.
The
I
window
call it-
pane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The jacket. My dad calls it the jacket.
Yeah.
The jacket.
Yeah, the jacket, because I wear it everywhere.
I'm pretty sure I know the jacket you're speaking about, and I love it. It's an awesome
Mhm.
jacket.
Mhm.
The Ben
Yeah.
Wolfe look.
Yeah.
Oh, so here's one I've come up with since y'all's episode that I enjoy asking people. Some don't care, but some are very opinionated. What's your favorite brand of water and why?
Dasani, hands down. All day, every day. Everybody
Dan
looks so
nodded.
shocked. Is that the wrong answer?
No.
No, it's just usually not the answer.
Yeah, agreed.
I will drink a bottle of Dasani and get so judged. I'm so glad there's another one.
Are you kidding me?
What do you
Yeah.
guys drink?
Yeah.
Uh,
Anything but spring water. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes.
Thrifty Papa always just drinks out of the door of the refrigerator. So anyway,
Buddy.
Well, wait a minute. I don't put my mouth on the thing on the door of the refrigerator. I do put it in a glass. So let me explain this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hmm.
All right.
I will tell you this piggybacks off that question. We're very opinionated about our ice, and we have this nugget ice. He got this like ice maker. It's counter.
Yeah, it's a countertop ice maker.
Yep.
And
Best decision I've ever made.
Oh yeah.
Besides her
and Jesus.
and Jesus.
Do not tell me that this such a thing exists, because now I'm going to go look it up and I'm going to get
Yes,
one.
we have
gonna
It's
be
on
your fault.
Amazon.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Like ice nibs, and they're amazing.
and we literally are so pathetic that we brought it from our home in Illinois down to Florida. It's on the counter right there.
Listen, the good ice is very, very important to have. So
It
no
is.
judgment there.
Makes or break.
It must be like the Sonic ice.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
Yep. I was going to
Okay,
say, I'm
excellent.
the one who buys the bag of Chick-fil-A ice when I go through the drive-thru.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really? That's awesome.
Yes.
There's my mother-in-law, cold water with ice. Amen.
Good stuff. Well, we have made it through one round of questions relatively quickly, and that was fun. Let's check in and see if producer Jason has any howdies. He's been putting the hellos up of just check-ins, but see if he has anything lined up to display for us. Miss Casey Wolfe, I think you know that young lady, and Donna's checked in. Thank y'all so much for watching us. And Braves Fan 98, what is your favorite song off of the new album? Great question. I have mine.
Oh, I would love to hear yours too. Do you want to go first?
There you go. I'm thinking about it.
Well, this is always a hard question. For me right now, it's He Loved My Soul. I have the privilege of singing that one, and we sang it live for the first time at the end of January. And there was like a holy hush in the room, and I understood how special the song was. And the whole tag is, my sin could not keep him from loving my soul. And it's just profound, the
Yes.
Father's love for us.
Yeah.
For me, it's between Psalm 34 and Cleft of the Rock.
34 is mine.
Both are powerful lyrics. Cleft of the Rock, I compared it earlier, late last year, to Till the Storm Passes By. Like
That is a great.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of this day's
Yeah.
version of Till the Storm Passes By. I mean,
Yeah.
totally different songs, but it
great
starts off with
comparison.
Pray the blood of Jesus. And when you start off with that, I mean, you want the blood of Jesus to cover everything.
Right.
And you want you want him to protect you from everything, all harm, all the storms, keep him close. I just love that song. And Psalm 34, I mean, Brooklyn Tabernacle is the original cut. And when did you and your mother stumble across that song?
When it first came out several years ago from Brooklyn Tab, but it's just so worshipful. And we did that on the Caribbean cruise. IMC had us do it with a live band, and it was so exciting.
It was a moment.
Wow.
So Scott, which one is your favorite?
Well, and I usually don't do this because I don't like to pick and choose, because I love everything, and every song has its own spirit, its own life. But I have a worship moment every time that I spin Cleft of the Rock. I mean, it's just absolutely takes me to a place that I love to go, and just a time of worship and just reflection, and so thankful for the truth, in that lyric. And Ben brought it. He did a great job on that too. So,
Yes.
and seeing it live, that's it's just amazing. That's an amazing song. So that's mine. Daniel Garrett, one of our sponsors, which Southern gospel artist or individual has influenced you the most?
Whew.
That's tough.
So tough. I mean, this is going to sound so cliche, but it really is like our parents.
Yeah.
My parents, Scott and Rachel, have literally paved the way for me in growing up and keeping Jesus first, and then singing for Jesus and having an audience of one. And then his dad has been such a mentor to us, and we really take everything that he says and we hide it in our heart. So it's just well, our parents.
Love it.
Fantastic.
I mean, I don't answer you.
I totally agree. I second that 100%.
All right. Nick Wilkie is throwing out multiple questions here. I think we can cover them pretty quick. Let's see. We love Nick so much. Ben, your favorite Cathedrals album, and both of you favorite era of gospel music.
My favorite Cathedral album is Symphony of Praise.
Okay.
As
I mean,
it
With you.
that is the ultimate.
Yes.
for me.
With you. Yeah.
And the acapella Christmas.
Yeah, Acapella Christmas.
I cried to that one this November. We
Which
were
song?
the whole album.
Oh, yeah.
We were going down the road to that. It was the Lebanon
yeah, the next generation.
Restoration concert,
Mhm.
and we had passed by this like Christmas light thing. I had yet to see like any Christmas this year, and I'm the world's biggest Christmas fan. And we were driving by this like big light display, and I was like, "Hey, we should pop on the Cathedral's Christmas album." And then just the cultivation of all that.
Merry Christmas, we wish you.
Now, was it Hark the Herald?
I think it was "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" was the first one that we played, and I just sobbed like a child.
Oh,
Good.
so good.
Nobody could do that.
No, nobody.
Well, I love how on Symphony of Praise, it starts out with Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah.
thine the
The
glory.
dynamics
And-
are just
Yeah.
Yes, singing with all their heart. And I had never heard the album until I started dating him because I was just out of touch with the gospel music world.
When I was getting to know her, I said, "Have you heard this album by the Cathedrals?" She's like,
Who are the
"Yeah, who are the
cathedrals?
Cathedrals?" I haven't. So I'm like, play.
I didn't know anything about his dad's history or
Turn up
anything,
the
which I
volume.
suppose was healthy, but it was neat to experience that album for the first time when I was like 19 years old. And the way they started with Revive Us Again was so cool. And then, Nicholas, part 2 of your question of what our favorite era of gospel music is, it's for sure right now for me personally.
Oh.
I feel like there's, sorry, Scott, when it covers your face, I'm like, where'd you go?
It's like Mike was out.
I'm on the cover of a magazine. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
Right.
the era of right now is what I'm involved in and most familiar with. So my heart is
Yeah.
passionate about right now.
It's an exciting time. You know, there's a
It
lot
is.
a lot more young people are starting to get back into gospel music, and it's really encouraging.
You guys are a big part of that
Yeah.
too. Mm-hmm.
It's an exciting time, and we're thankful to have been included in it. And yeah, I'm the same way. I do have other favorites too, but right now it just seems to be amazing. I think there's some history being written right now, and it's an amazing time.
Mm-hmm.
How we doing? You got some more? Oh, got another one. Jeff Snyder. Hey, Wolves. Miss y'all. Had a great time with you on the cruise.
Jeff is so cool. And that's another person that has really poured into us.
Mm-hmm.
And little story on Jeff Snyder, our son Bennett is the biggest fan of him because Bennett loves the song Heaven in the House by the Greens.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ben plays.
Yeah, I'll play random gospel music on YouTube, and every now and then the Greens will come up on. There's a whole lot of heaven in the house, and then Bennett would just run around the room and singing. along.
So Bennett met Jeff for the first time when, Jeff's with Poet Voices now in
Mhm.
Pennsylvania at the IMC concert, and Bennett couldn't even speak. He was so excited.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
my very favorite song to hear Jeff sing is One Holy Lamb that Phil
Yeah.
Cross wrote.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the greatest gospel songs in the whole wide world. And so on the cruise, I asked them, I was like, when are you singing that? And I just made sure that I had my seat and I was ready to go. And that's what's kind of cool. And I was talking about this on the cruise with Jeff. Not only do I love being a part of gospel music, but I'm also a fan in my heart
Yes.
too. I appreciate the music so much, and it ministers right back to me. And anyway, Jeff's a big part of that. So we love you, Jeff. You're awesome.
Awesome. I think we got one more. Miss Donna Gerald is watching. Ben and Maria are on the TV
Oh,
screen
nice.
here at the house. Well, thank you, Brother Gerald, for
Mom,
watching.
I'm on TV.
I heard we had competition tonight before we came on the air, so I wasn't sure if we'd be on the TV or not. But good to see Brother Gerald watching us, and we
The
love
president
him.
is speaking right now, but I think he's putting it on his DVR. So
Awesome. Watch us live, DVR the prayers. I love it. That's awesome. All right. I think we have called up, and so we said we were going to do things a little differently. We have not done what we're fixing to do ever in the episode of Southern Gospel Forward, and we will try to make this as painless as possible for our guest. But we are going to play a little small modified version of kind of like a newlywed game. I have communicated individually with Ben and Maria and asked them some questions.
Watch
And
like every question wrong.
we have the answers ready to go, and we want to see which one of you two can correctly guess the answers from your spouse. So we are going to start with questions that we asked Ben. So Maria, you're up first. You're going to see if you can match these questions. So the first question for Ben was, what was your first impression of Maria?
Oh my. So I have to answer this?
You have to answer and see if you can match what his answer to me was.
I feel weird saying it. He's told me
Okay.
that I was beautiful. But I felt like the interaction was very, very awkward. So what did he say?
So what your answer was that he said that you were beautiful. You want to go with that?
That's what he's told me.
All right. Well, let's see what Ben's answer was. Yeah, the prettiest girl I'd ever seen in my life. So there you go. Yay, we have a match. So Maria's got one. So question number 2. Who do you admire most? We asked Ben, who did he admire most?
He probably said his dad.
And I was thinking the whole time that this was probably going to be an easy question for you. Absolutely. He said his dad, Gerald Wolfe.
That's a good thing.
All right. We have the third question ready to go. And it is, if you had to describe yourself as an animal, what would it be? So we asked Ben if he had to describe himself as an animal, what animal would it be?
A sloth.
A sloth. Oh my goodness, a sloth. So let's see what Ben had to say. So no, he said either a turtle or an owl. You would have given you credit for a turtle or an owl.
In my defense, a sloth and a turtle are both considered slow.
That's what I was thinking.
And
Now,
it's not that he's slow. It's just that he takes time and he thinks before he speaks. So
he does. Yeah. So that was very close. Now,
it's good.
And
I want to lay this out. I'm sorry. I talked over you, Ben. What was that last thing you said?
Oh, I said either an owl because an owl represents someone who's calm.
Yeah, that's good. And you are about the calmest personality I think I've ever been around. So now I need to say something to Avery and Tiffany here. Ben and I talked a little bit, and we were having some struggles getting to a final answer on question number 4. So we made a little substitution. Avery and Tiffany did a really great job at coming up with these questions, but Ben and I, we went to the bullpen on question number 4. So question number 4 now is, you are humming, singing, or whistling a tune while you are working. What is the song?
Oh my.
It's kind of a trick question.
Is it Strong in the Strength by Legacy 5?
No.
Well, let's see what Ben said. White Christmas.
I've never heard you do that in my life. He made that up.
Well,
I'm dreaming. I've never heard him do that.
Well, when I'm working, I'm myself in my office.
Maria, you started off strong. You hit the first 2 out of the park.
Yes.
But we've gone 0 for 2 for the last. So you've got to get this last one, okay? This is critical. So the last question, if you could be a superhero, who would you be?
It's either Spider-Man or Iron Man for him. Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Maybe. You want to go? Yeah. No.
What? You okay? They are a hero, a superhero, but I'm thinking like.
Hey, we support our firemen here on Southern Gospel Forward.
Absolutely.
Well, I chose a firefighter because they are superheroes.
You tricked
Go jump in a burning building and say a firefighter ain't no hero.
That's right.
I will say I did think about Spider-Man. I almost said Spider-Man, but I thought, you know what?
No, firefighters are absolutely superheroes.
Absolutely.
But when you hear the word superhero, you think like Marvel.
I told Janice talking about this question, and I'm with it. I love it. I love the answer. But I said, now this one could get one of those scraps to break out like on the Newlywed Game. Because what were you thinking? A super, you're thinking like Spider-Man, Superman, that kind of thing.
My instant answer, are you okay?
Are you okay? I love it. So at the end of our round of the 5 questions, Maria got 2 correct. So Ben needs 3 or more correct answers to win the Newlywed Game. So let's go ahead and move to the round where Ben has to see if he can match answers Maria gave us. So the first question, which Disney character are you most like?
I'm going to say Rapunzel.
And the answer is Rapunzel.
I almost put like Mr. Potato Head.
Okay.
Mr. Potato Head.
This leads me to a question. Have you ever been whacked in the head with a frying pan, Ben?
No, I have not.
Wait now. Okay, easy.
You have to watch Tangled to get that.
Yep.
That's her weapon of choice is a frying pan.
I have got to give me one of these.
Frying pans. Who knew?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we're up 1. He's starting off strong. Question number 2. Okay, which 3 words would you use to describe yourself? We asked Maria which 3 words you would use to describe yourself. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you credit if you get 2 of them. Okay, so we asked her for 3 words to
Going
describe.
easy on Ben. I see how it is.
Okay, well,
Single words.
Single words.
Single words.
single words.
My parents actually helped me with this because I was like, how would you describe me?
Okay,
They helped me.
that'll help him think on it a bit.
Anybody else in here nervous?
I see a speed of sweat coming on the brow.
Yeah,
You've
it's
still
okay.
got
I know.
It's been.
Let's be careful with this one.
Why don't you just think of how you would describe me?
There you go.
Pretty.
I couldn't say that about myself.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, she wouldn't say that.
I would say you're very smart.
Okay, smart's 1. That's 1 answer.
You're a go-getter.
Okay, go get her.
What would be a 1 word for go-getter?
It's fine.
I think Go Getters won. It's high
If
five.
it's close, we'll give it
Native.
to you. So
Yeah, it's
smart, a go getter. 1 more.
We're going to be here a long time, you guys.
Talented.
Talented. Okay, smart, a go getter, and talented. Jason, will you display the words that Maria shared? Loving, determined, and responsible. And I think we're going to have to go with. No, we did not match on that. So, but it was a good shot. It was a valiant effort. So let's see what question 3
But that is
can
very
redeem
true.
ourselves. What would you describe as a perfect date? We asked Maria, what would you describe as a perfect date?
A perfect date would be a nice dinner at a nice restaurant and maybe a movie afterwards.
Well,
I do enjoy that, but I said
That-
something else.
that is a beautiful answer, but no, it was her. They
Bring this in hours of history.
Man.
a trip to Biltmore. this
Man.
spring.
Come on, Ben.
Okay, Ben.
You better get to taking her, okay?
So you've got to get these last 2 if you're going to win. So no pressure, but
Here we
we're
go.
down to that. If money was no object, what kind of gift would you want to receive? We
No more
asked
tickets.
Maria.
I'm already laughing. Sorry.
If money was no object.
So what kind of gift?
My answer shows like my age.
Yeah,
Like
is
that I'm like
Maria
maturing.
dreaming of?
Oh, is it a house?
All right, now no cheating.
Wallpaper.
Wallpaper was his answer. So, and the correct answer is landscaping in my backyard. So,
Dang.
the best that we can do now, Ben, is tie. And you need to tie, Maria. You've got to bring this one home, okay? So question number 5, if you could be a superhero, who would you be? Y'all had the same question for the last question. If you could be a superhero, who would you be?
I wasn't as noble with my answer here.
Yes, it is an actual superhero. I will, the actual,
Comic book character.
comic book. There we go. Comic book superhero, not a real life superhero. What did he say? He said Captain America. Guess what? Hey, we got it right. So, pulled it out of the hat to tie 2-2. Good job, team.
Couple that ties together stays together.
That's right.
See,
That
I know you a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Good questions, good fun, and no scraps. So we come out winners on that. So that's good.
That was
stuff.
fun.
That was fun. Yeah. All right.
Biltmore and landscaping is in the works.
There you go. Yeah. Make notes, Ben. Make notes. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Wallpaper's just indoor landscaping.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Let's move on, panel. Let's let y'all get in another round of questions. And now don't let me distract you. We may have another ad that will cover my mug up here in a minute and again. So I'm
so funny.
I distract every show. It was the Peppers, the first show that I distracted there in a very spiritual moment when Maria was sharing. And then now we're putting up ads and getting everything distracted. I'm sorry. Anyway, kick us off, Tiffany.
I have to say, the Monsters Inc. reference was fantastic, though.
Yes.
I loved that. So I'm actually going to piggyback off of one of the comments questions that came up. And so you talked about your kind of mentors, and you talked about how your family kind of has inspired you a lot. So what would you say would be was your moment when you were like, I want to sing full time and I love this?
Do you want to answer first?
Yeah, I'll go first. I actually wasn't planning on singing full time. I was comfortable being someone in the background. I love doing production work, and I love doing video and photography and graphics. But once we got married, I started traveling with her family and would help set up, tear down. And every now and then they'd bring me up to play bass guitar on a song when Maria would play ukulele. But then her parents especially, they really encouraged me. They said, you know what, you should sing. You should start singing with us because you got a decent voice. And so they just slowly worked me in, and here I am. I'm part of it, and full force. Here we go. And I love it. I love encouraging people. I love delivering the message. And so I really appreciate Maria and her parents for pushing me.
We knew he had it in him. See the potential. So for me, I went to Israel in 2013 when I was 16 years old. And that was right at the start of when I felt God calling me out of public school. And I didn't know at all what that looked like. I just knew that I had an opportunity to join my parents in ministry. And when I was in Israel, I had such a hunger for God's word because it was coming to life for me. And you don't have to go to the Holy Land to have that experience, to have hunger, but God used that for me in my personal life. And I remember leading the people in hymns because that was what my mom and I were doing on that trip, and just being like, you know what, this is what I'm supposed to do with my life. I'm supposed to sing for Jesus. I'm supposed to sing the words from his word. And it was very evident to me. There's been several times in the last, 11 years where it hasn't been super easy. I mean, when you're in ministry, it's usually an uphill climb, and the Lord just shows us through all those seasons of growth that he's with us and he's doing a very good thing in those seasons of growth. But 2013 in Israel was that moment for me.
Wow.
Amen. Praise the Lord.
That's awesome. So this is another question that I like to ask of all of our guests because I like the different perspectives. But if you were trying to introduce this music to somebody who had never heard it before, what 3 albums, projects, whatever you want to call them, would you pick to introduce gospel music to that person?
Wow. You're picking good questions, Aaron. We have to think on those. Okay.
Symphony of Praise.
Symphony of Praise.
Good show.
I mean, Greater Vision, Far Beyond This Place is a staple.
That's a good one.
And I was in the studio when Collingsworth recorded Mercy and Love, and that one is really, really great. And we're just going to list several. Hoppers have a project, is it called Promise? Where they have Yes, I Am and all the big ones on
I
there.
think it's called.
That one's so good.
Yeah.
Google it.
It's so good. I mean, like the Martins. I mean, there's so many. But those are the first ones that come to mind.
Okay.
It's good selection.
I was making sure that Ben wasn't Googling to add to the pot.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
It's called Power. Was it this one?
Power. That's
Power.
Power. I love that
Power.
one.
That is a great album.
Yes.
it. Or Faces.
That's also a good one.
Greater Vision.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking the one you said before. I was like, you didn't say Faces? Like that one. That's been my personal favorite. But anywho, this isn't my interview. But
That album not only has Faces, but He'll Carry Me.
So good.
I mean,
Ooh.
one of Rodney's best.
Yes.
If not the
That's
best.
one of my favorites.
man,
Mhm.
just go down the rabbit hole of like
Yeah.
albums that we've forgotten throughout the years that are legatory albums for groups. It's just like there's so many albums that you're just like, oh, this is this group's greatest album. And then you look at it, no, this is the group's greatest album. I do that a lot of times. Anyhow, here's my question. So a lot of times I ask everyone's favorite road trip snack, but I'm going to turn it around since I've already asked you that. What is your least favorite thing you've ever snacked on? Like your least favorite snack you've ever had?
Wow.
Food you will never eat again.
I was curious about these Oreo dip cookies. It was like the Oreo had been separated. You know how they have like these like crackers and cheese that you can dip in the little plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oreo did something like that, but
Yeah.
had the Oreo and then the plastic container with the icing or frosting. And I think I had that when I was younger, and I wanted to see what it tasted like, and it was straight up chemicals.
Yeah.
It was awful. And I said, I'm never again,
Yeah, I mean, like it comes to mind of what I tried this week. We went to Costco, and I would love to like cut sugar out of my. Sorry, Scott. It's just so funny. Sorry. I would love to cut sugar out of my diet. I cannot look at you. I'm so sorry. And I found these protein bars at Costco, and I was like, oh, they say that they have no sugar. Like, cool. And they were made with dark chocolate. And so I got in the car, and I like immediately opened it. I was really excited.
gluten-free.
And I started eating it, and I was like, this just tastes like chemicals. And it had like sucralose in it, all these other things. Ugh, I saved the receipt. I'm taking it back. It was nasty. Scott. But yeah, that's something I will never eat again.
Somewhere tonight, RFK Jr. just got a cold chill down his spine. He doesn't know why.
He's like, they're talking my language.
Yeah.
He's like, Oreos and protein bar.
Yeah. We're banning these. Yeah.
What about you, Evan? What's something you will never eat again?
That goat cheese you ate tonight.
Well, no, not the gut. That was just I'm a consistency guy. But
No, it was delicious. We were having salads with like little fruits on it, and I like to have crumbled goat cheese on top of mine. And Mom found this honey crumbled goat cheese, and
don't
Evan,
talk about it.
It's better than blue cheese.
I mean,
Yeah.
consistency guy. I will say one thing I'll never eat again is yogurt. I had it when I was a kid, and when yogurt gets to melting, or when ice cream gets to melting, or whenever it's that like that consistency where it's not really liquid, but it's not solid anymore, it's in that plasma goo phase. No.
All right.
We're learning so much about each other tonight.
We are.
Please
See,
rescue us, Avery.
I'm a cheese connoisseur, so you can throw anything at me. And as a kid, if he wouldn't eat ice cream, I got it before it turned solidly liquid. So I got bonuses.
Team popsicles.
There you go.
You wouldn't eat the popsicles when they start melting down the stick. Anyway, moral of the story is I got more popsicles than ice cream because he quit eating it.
Great
So,
experience there.
what is probably the funniest moment you guys have had on the road that you can remember and can tell live? Because I know some of you can't tell.
I mean, the hardest that we have ever laughed, I'm talking like me with my parents, is we have this app that does like face swap, and we get so slap happy.
These face filters.
And we laugh until our eyes feel like they're going to pop out of our head. I mean, my parents just crying. It's the best. Watching your parents laugh that hard is the best thing in the world. And so, like, the funniest moments usually happen there.
It's usually me sitting in the corner, like,
yeah.
watching them laugh.
Or he's just like in his own world. What's your funniest road moment?
I'll get back to you on that.
We had another fun moment happen to us. And you learn that you have to, when you're in a professional setting, you really need to roll with whatever comes at you. And we were at the product table in Pennsylvania, and there was this gentleman that asked if he could take a picture of us. And normally, you know, if someone asks, they usually want to get in the picture, but he just wanted a picture of us. And so we were lined up at our table, and he wasn't using a phone, and he wasn't using like a digital camera. He was using a disposable camera, and he stood there for like a solid 2 minutes, like winding it up. And we were just not professional at all. We were giggling amongst ourselves and just trying to pull it together. And it was just a moment where I was like, are we being filmed? Like, is this a joke? You know what I mean? It was just so funny. We have so many, though.
Yeah.
Many moments that we've embarrassed ourselves, but those are the first ones that come to mind.
I can
Love to laugh.
just standing there.
Yeah.
Love to laugh.
2 minutes.
And so now, note to self, we'll find another way to do these ads because it's distracting. So that was, yeah. But I like that little thing. I was able to creep over and look around. So that's cool. We can play with them.
Rolling with it.
Rolling with it. Yeah, keep rolling with it. Producer Jason, you got anything that we need? We got about 3 that we want to display, and then we have another game we need to get in before we get too late in the program. Rachel asked, learning and growing are such an important part of Christian life. What have you been learning lately? Could be something small from day-to-day life or something bigger. This is a great question.
Great question. And I have so many answers.
I think for me right now, it's learning to. We're together 24/7, and so we're with our kids 24/7. And I'm learning that I need to be more like observant and present, and just remember that they're only young once, and I need to be taking it in more. And that's something I'm trying to learn, because I mean we're new parents, and so we're just trying to learn as we go. And it's a blessing to have kids. It's the biggest blessing to have kids, and it's so special just to see how different they are and how sweet like their little faces are, especially baby Joanna. Every time I hold her up and I say, "You're so pretty." She has just a tiny face. And
We were having Elizabeth, our 5-year-old, thank goodness, feels very safe to tell us whatever's on her mind. And the other night we were putting her to bed, and she said, I have to talk to you. And she said, you were not fun to be around today. And that's what she said to us. And it was the day after we got off the cruise, and I was dealing with a little bit of like a chest cold, but that's not an excuse. And I told her, I said, I'm really sorry. And I said, I'm figuring out this parenting thing. I said, you're my very first kid. And so I'm still learning how to be a parent. I think I forever will with you. I'm learning it as we go together. And she said, you mean you're not perfect? And I was like, nope. And I never will be, and neither will you. But tomorrow we'll try better. We'll just we'll do better tomorrow.
But that is amazing for a 5-year-old to say that.
Yeah, she's
that's incredible.
Super straightforward, and I love that about her.
I'm scared to do that to my mom.
I would too. I would feel like, oh no. Yep. Yeah, but I mean, there's always a place. Like, we always make sure that she's, in her daughter place, and that she doesn't talk over us. But I do appreciate when she tells me, like, you need to calm down. And that leads me into my answer of, like, to Rachel tonight is just, I think for me, my big question that I ask myself a lot is it worth my peace? So if there's something that you are experiencing that is overtaking your peace, it's not worth it. It's not worth letting it take residency in your mind all day. And, it's easy to say something to someone like, give it to the Lord, trust in him, but actually doing that is really hard. And so asking yourself the question, is it worth my peace? And then just resting, just letting it be and resting. And because there's been so many times where I've let, situations or people take my peace, and it's a horrible place to be.
Somebody write a song on that.
That is wisdom there. That is, thanks for sharing that so much.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Brother Gerald, leave it to Ben to provide uplighting on the drapes for this interview. Yeah, he showed us up big time on the lighting.
I wish you guys could see the rest of this. There's lights on us, and we have 2 podcast mics and
2 podcast mics.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Brother Gerald, he upstages Luke Vault saying hello, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. And Alice Holt Starnes, Marie, you're awesome. The best sister to brother who has special needs. I love watching you include him and advocate for him. Blesses my heart as it does for us all. Absolutely.
Thank you, Alice. Thank you. I love Weston very, very much, and I'm so thankful that so many other people care about him as well.
He is a blessing. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, we've got these questions from the Peanut Gallery covered. We're still okay with our time frame. So let's play. Can we do another game?
Let's
do it.
Let's do it. All right. This is rapid fire. So what we are going to do, we are going to play Who Is. And if I can do this real quick, I want to, let's see. No, that didn't work. Boy, Pastor, good grief, producer. I just promoted Jason. Wait.
Pastor Jason.
Mine, because we just had a pastor resignation and we're a pastor search, so I guess that's on my mind. But so, Brother Jason, I will need a resume from you. Producer Jason, can you make Ben and Maria full screen? Is that possible in this setup?
Oh, no.
Yes, there we go. Thank you very much. So we're going to play Who Is. So these are rapid fire. Look, you hold up your pointer fingers. There you go. Those work. Just one. Don't shoot each other. But so you're going to point to yourself or to your partner and who is with all of these questions. So are we ready to roll?
Ready.
Let's roll. Who's the worst morning person? All right. We agree that it's Ben. Who's the most spontaneous? All right. We agree it's Maria. Who's the most organized? Ben. How about most creative? Ben. How about most athletic? Ben. Okay. Boy, that was a huge pause. Most likely to lose car keys? Maria. Worst driver? Maria. All right. How about most likely to binge watch a television series? Maria. All right. Most likely to fall asleep during a movie? Maria. She's on a roll. Worst at directions and navigation? Maria. A winner. Most likely to grab a snack on the bus? Hey, okay, you're just Maria.
I have problems, apparently.
Who's the best answer? Oh, we disagree. Oh, the first one that we disagreed on.
She has natural coordination.
Okay. Quickest to learn new lyrics?
We gotta see if we moonwalk.
Maria. Okay. Most likely to try a new food? I will not do that. All right. Most thrifty bargain hunter. Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Not
Okay. Best sense of fashion. Oh, look at there.
Whoa.
Okay. Wow.
I knew that one.
Never me.
Quickest to get angry. I'm going to take that as a point to self for that. Okay.
So godly.
Easiest for the kids to charm.
Easiest for the kids to charm.
Does that mean like
They want something, and easiest for the kids to kind of
if they want something in the store?
Oh, like who breaks first? Me.
Who breaks first? That's a good way of putting it. You? Okay, all right. Biggest prankster.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Most likely to laugh at the wrong time. I love it.
The worst.
All right. Hey, that was fun, and I had most of those. Now,
That game didn't make me feel very good about myself, you guys.
sorry, and that was my fault. Now that I will not blame that on Tiffany or Avery. That was me and my fault.
No, it was fun. It was fun.
It just means you are well versed in your personality. You have a big
Very
personality.
emotional. Yes.
Who's the best MC?
There you
I
go.
could not.
I guess the only one that I kind of absolutely blew it on was being around Brother Gerald, who I greatly admire and is a mentor figure that I look to, is very thrifty. So I figured that Ben may have followed in that path, but apparently it's Maria. So I was wrong on that one. Interesting. I love those little things. You learn little things and fun stuff. And Maria, my Janice is in the boat with you. Is most likely to laugh at the wrong time. We've had some serious situations that really was almost, really bad because that laughter just would not stop, no matter what. And if I gave the glare, it just made it worse,
You know how like some people, if they get up to do something, they just cry.
Yeah.
It's like a nervous system
Yeah.
response.
Yeah.
And so I think laughing is the same, where
Okay.
like sometimes it's just your nervous system trying to get back into, and I can be serious unless my dad is in the room.
Okay.
And if my dad is in the room, we're like looking at the wall, we're looking everywhere else, because we just have this special relationship and we can't be near each other in a serious situation.
It's like there's a video of a girl trying to give a graduation speech and she can't even
She
get
like
up.
really can't even get a
She's
word
like,
out.
Good morning. And she's like,
I'm
trying to-
not like that. I could give a speech, but it's just between the two of us, I'm definitely the one.
For me, I get emotional, like too emotional, especially in concert. Like
Yeah.
when she sets up Cleft of the Rock, I tell her, I said, please do not try to tell anything that's so, like, I don't want to say sad, but there's a lot of things I can't handle before singing because I think too much while I'm singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's because I want to try to get the words across to people. I want people to understand what I'm singing.
If I ever feel like I'm about to cry when I'm singing, I think about baseball, and then I'm okay.
Really?
Yeah, just like, oh,
Interesting.
there's a home run, and then I'm like, I'm fine.
She talked about our kids for the song. I'm like, well, there goes that song.
Wow. I have to try that because I'm a softie. And I try not to set myself up to get emotional in times. And like I was filling in for my pastor here a while back, and I knew what I was going to talk about could get me, but I had myself psyched. I'm like, no, I'm good. And so I dove off into that. And I looked up one time at the crowd and it was like, gone. I mean, just
That's okay.
absolutely gone.
Sometimes that happens, and it's really okay. It's time to take up the offering.
Time to take up the offering. What are you saying in there, Jason? Oh, Pastor
he's
Jason. Pastor Jason.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. There we go.
I will say it is. Some people have. It is an art for some people to be emotional while they're singing. Some people can cry while singing.
Rodney
Oh,
Griffin.
yeah.
It's amazing. I don't know how they
So-
do it.
Yeah. I don't see how they keep voice. No, I don't see how they keep voice and
Yeah.
do that. But
Mhm.
all right. So we are kind of approaching our time mark, but can we take a moment and you guys tell us anything that you would like to promote or talk about in terms of the Kramers, and then we may come back if y'all okay for one more quick hitting round or something. But yeah,
our kids they're asleep. We're good.
Okay.
We're not in a hurry.
Very good.
So we think.
I will answer your question, but I'm laughing because I literally have the comments up on my phone next to me, and Evan just said what the soldiers didn't see was that impressive bass steel. Thank you. That song is okay. Like if you get emotional on that song, it's okay because it's a moment. So for promotion, we have a brand new album that just came out on January 10th.
We've got it right here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We got it right here.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, there you go.
Glory Deo Gloria. And so it came out on January 10th. It's available on our website, thekramersmusic.com, and all favorite streaming platforms. And thank you so much for having that ready to go up there. But we're just very passionate about this project, and we hope everybody that hears it will be blessed by it.
I know that I have been blessed by it. You guys had a short run little teaser release at the NQC, and I come away always from NQC with several projects, and that one, well, I'll tell you the two that I have spun the most, and one is for absolutely worship purposes, and one is for my absolute love for Christmas time. So the Christmas album by the Hayes family, I just absolutely wore that thing out because I love Christmas music.
Yes.
And then for worship, I have just absolutely worn out you guys. I mean, it's just from beginning to end. And I mean, it's just a worship experience. And I love that in a project all songs do move us different ways and speak to different things. But when you can listen from first to end and be in a full sense of worship the whole way, that's a blessing. And I have enjoyed it tremendously.
Good. Thank you.
So y'all go to thekramersmusic.com. So you find their tour schedule. Look them up. They are on a Florida tour right now. If you're in the Florida area, you can go check them out. But look at their tour schedule. Follow them on all the social media platforms. Watch the content. They great content. Will be uplifting. I love it. It's positive. It's encouraging. It's fantastic content for the Christian life. And then yes, go to that store and please support the Kramers with purchasing the products.
Thank you. Confessing about the album.
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
When you handed it to me at NQC, it was like late in the week. I was tired. I said, okay, here it's going in my CD collection. I didn't even halfway glance at it at first. But when I got home, I was like, oh yeah, Mom, I got the Kramer's new Christmas CD.
Aww.
It was going to be like something Christmas related. And we put
Gloria.
it in. I don't think this is Christmas.
Yeah.
It was so good. It exceeded every expectation I had. But I at first I was like, oh yeah, a Christmas CD from the Kramers.
We took a risk with the title, Soli Deo Gloria. It's really funny hearing people come up to the table and be like, can I have that solo project, Solo Gloria Deo? Yeah, that's Spanish. It is Latin for glory to God alone. And Johann Sebastian Bach signed all of his compositions with Soli Deo Gloria, and then so through the years as a family we would sign our newsletters with Soli Deo Gloria to the people that follow us and support us. And so it's been a very special phrase for our family, but yeah, I could see why you would think that was Christmas just by seeing Gloria. Sorry about that.
It's beautiful though. I love it. And when I found out why you guys named it that, I was like, that's really powerful. That's a grabber, an attention grabber.
Cool. Thank you.
I may get some hate for this.
And it did have a
I may get some hate for this, but as a music major, I have to analyze Bach nearly every day. So I the word Bach scares me now.
Oh, was he PTSD?
I knew about that. I was like, hey, that's that Bach thing. That's the first thing whenever I saw the album title, I was like, that's the Bach thing. Cool.
I'm not listening to that. Gives me PTSD.
Like Bach, not listening to it.
And it did have a Christmas song on it. It had a Christmas release off of the album.
Sure did. Thank you for that plug. There's a light shining in Bethlehem.
There's a light in this, and it's all.
Yeah, my mom and dad wrote that one together. It turned out.
Oh,
really
yeah, that's great. So you said you had a few more minutes. We won't hold you long. I want to let the panel go around, but I have a question real quick. Could we visit, I think you mentioned it a while ago, the gathering that you were a part of. There's been a recent Gaither taping.
Yeah.
And it thrilled my soul because I've seen some snippets and I'm waiting on I've got a copy ordered. I'm waiting on it to get here. But what I love about this, and Bill has always been an encourager to young artists and everyone, in the industry genre, whatever you want to call it. He brought in a lot of new faces on this project that has traditionally maybe not been in, some of the Gaither tapings. And I looked around that room and I saw so many young friends, including you guys, that was a part of that. Could you maybe just speak about the experience a little bit, and I don't say anything you don't need to say for anything about, the release, waiting for people to get it or what's on it or whatnot, but just your experience of being in the room and being part of that special project.
It was, it was a marker moment. I will remember it forever. It was his first huge taping since 2017. Mm-hmm. And we were so honored to have been asked to come and just to be in the room. And you don't know what to expect from somebody that's almost 89 years old. And you wonder, how is this day going to flow? And you would have thought that he was 35. It was absolutely incredible. We started filming at 11, or it was a 10-hour filming day. And so I don't remember exactly when we started and when we ended. I think we started at 11 o'clock and we ended at 9. Mm-hmm. And
the Lord was moving through Bill. It was incredible.
And he and Gloria took time in the middle of the taping to really minister to us as, messengers of the gospel and to really, speak truth into us and remind us why we do what we do. And he kept stopping the taping and he would say, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord. Oh, and every time he would do that, he would kind of want us to say it with him, just reminding us, this is not about us. This is about the Lord and his spirit and what he does through us. And we just have to be available. Mm-hmm. And hearing everybody sing in that room together, Bill would stop and he'd be like, wow, the singing sounds really good today. And he was excited. And so that made all of us really excited. And there's little snapshots in my mind that I will remember forever, but it was so neat. And he and Gloria have done so much for gospel music. And then at NQC, we kind of did like a little finale, and he invited us to be a part of that. And we were able to go on his bus afterwards and just sit with him. And he had already changed into his cozy clothes, just sitting there. And so special. The kids were just talking to him. And I told Ben later, I said, the kids have no idea. Like they have no.
A random old guy they were talking to. That
right.
And they're get to talk to.
Right. Yep. And it was just so special for them to have that moment with him. And yeah. I could say so much. It was just really special.
Oh yeah. I've thought about it time and time again. We're changing some gears some. We're still very focused on, we want to help grow the young fan community of Southern Gospel and promote our young artists, but we are going to have some legends and some older folks from time to time on. And I know that it would be a big undertaking but I would love for this host panel of young folks to be able to spend some time. It would thrill my soul if it would ever work out for Bill to be able to, to step in and because I know that he would be up to it, because I know how much he loves the young folks and how much he believes, just like you talking about pouring into you guys, as ministers of the gospel. I know he would pour into them, but
absolutely.
That's one of those. That's great. I'm looking so forward to getting that and to experiencing that. I know I would have paid good money to being in the balcony, just sitting there, and just soaking that in that day. But I look forward to spending it on the DVD. So,
yes, good.
So y'all okay for one more quick round? Okay, all right.
Scott, read your text. We've been trying to get your attention for an hour.
What's going on?
Y'all talk among yourselves.
Okay, y'all talk. Tiffany asked a question.
Okay. Oh man. Well, I don't know that I have a quick question. I guess you could make your answer quick. I like to ask this question from all of our guests. What would be some advice that you would give to young artists?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say always pray to be in the center of God's will and pray for the Lord's will always instead of your own, because we can have dreams and we can have aspirations of what we think we're supposed to be doing, but we always have to remember that the Lord sees the bigger picture. And so whenever doors will shut or whenever, certain people come in and out of our lives when we're least expecting it, we just have to remember that God always sees the bigger picture and he works all things together for good for those who love him and have been called according to his purpose.
Amen.
And that's what I would say.
I second that, and also say be consistent.
Yes.
Amen. All right. Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm interviewing my friends and I'm not looking at my text. I apologize. I missed that.
Jason to throw a shoe at you.
Yeah, I did see that.
No. I
I
wish I'm not. My studio is a little messy, so I'm not going to show over there. But
Evan, you need to have like flashcards.
Jason
like
put up a
red,
paper.
blue, green.
Well, he put up a paper in the window, but there's a light behind, so I couldn't read what was on the paper. It was just this glowing light. So my young crew are having trouble with new questions that hasn't been asked. So what they wanted me to do with you guys, if you wouldn't mind, is something I think you did last time. I think you participated in this, but the turn the tables, where y'all might ask a question to the host panel.
Oh, sure.
And we'll close it out that way. If y'all, and I didn't prepare you for that either, and I apologize. But if y'all might have a question individually, as a group, just something that you might like to ask host panel.
What is your dream guest person on Southern Gospel Forward for 2025?
For 2025. Okay.
I'm going to preface mine with we already got some of my dream hosts, I think at the very end of last year, very first of this year, can't remember. And the next one we announced has been a dream guest of mine since we started this. But you have to wait till the end of the episode to find out who that was.
Oh my goodness. That's exciting.
Y'all go ahead. I don't know.
You do know.
I'll just go ahead and throw it out there. I already said it. Mine would be Bill Gaither, or if we're talking legends, and I know who I want to say. I know it kind of puts on the spot, but he's watching tonight.
Gerald Wolfe.
Yeah.
Please come join us.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to ask him.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's watching,
Absolutely.
so hey, Gerald, if you want to join us, we would love to see you.
Get him over.
Our website, Southern Gospel Forward.
Well, since Scott went with legend, I'll go with it too, and I know that he'd be a great guest because I've kind of had a mini version of this on the Promised Land bus before when we've worked with him. But Ivan Parker would be a fascinating interview. There's just so much history there, and he's a lot of fun to hang out with too. So I think he'd be great on one of these legend episodes that we're planning on doing.
Perfect.
Yeah. Cool.
So we'd like Tiff and Evan.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, go for it, Evan.
You go.
Okay. I'll go young and legend. Young, I would say, I know we've already had Brooklyn Collingsworth, so I'm going to say the other Collingsworth children. Love them all. And then legend, I'm going to say, probably, I know I've gotten to talk to her, and I love getting to talk to her, so I'm going to say Karen Peck.
Okay.
Yeah, she would
Dang
totally.
it. Oh my, Tiffany, I should have went first.
Oh, sorry.
I'll go with my second guess. it would probably be the most interesting episode we've ever had because I've had conversations with him and they're something. Mr. Ray Dean Reese. That would be that would be a night and a half, and Brandon would probably have to be a chaperone, but that would be a fun night in my opinion.
Well, there you go. I just set you all up to invite people on your platform.
I know you are, Brother Gerald.
Yeah, thank you for that.
And we thank, yes, and yes, I echo what Aaron says. That means the world to us.
Yep.
Gerald, we thank you you've been very kind to us and very supportive, and a great friend, and we thank you for that. Ben, you gonna let her just have that question, or you have anything you want to throw at any of us? Or
I think that was a great question.
I do too. That set us up for some good stuff. Well, good deal. Well, I'm sorry, crew, that I was not ignoring your pleas to do something else.
I was looking at my list of questions, and I'm like, pretty sure I asked them this last time. I don't want to.
Well, and here again, I did not want to be very animated with Jason, but the most hilarious thing was him sticking that sheet of paper up, and I'm looking at it and seeing this glow of just light, and I'm like, "What do you want?" I can't read.
It's just us, you guys. I'm glad that you ended up just saying something because it's just us. It doesn't have to flow perfectly tonight.
Okay, I actually have one question. It kind of goes into what Maria's question was.
Okay.
If you could have one comedian on here, who would you have?
Tim Lovelace.
Got it.
No question.
So
what I haven't said.
Tim Hawkins.
Tim.
Oh yeah.
We went and saw him when I was pregnant with Joanna. I thought I was gonna have my baby. I was laughing so hard.
Uh-huh.
And you guys, Dennis Swanberg is so funny too. If you guys could ever have him, he's hilarious.
I would say, I don't want to take two, but I'm going to take two. I would say Mark Lowry because I love him. I have loved him forever. Or Shonda Pierce because I grew up watching her videos. Oh
that
my
ABC,
word, I love
when she get the
Shonda.
trust and obey. Mm-hmm.
I would have to say.
Sorry, Scott. I was watching the Happy Jubilee from the 90s on a Gaither taping, and she was in the crowd, and I was like, I had forgotten how much I love Shonda Pierce, and so I went on a rabbit hole.
It's good. And I would have to say Mark Lowry. I just think that would be a fascinating conversation if we could keep up. That's the only thing. I mean, if we could keep up. Yeah.
Ooh, y'all imagine me and him in a conversation?
No.
I think I'm going to reach out to Riley and see if he can make this happen now that you say that. Because I know Riley very well, who travels with Mark. And maybe I can reach out because I need Evan and Mark in the same screen. Yes, that would be a memory. I don't know if you say it. Oh man. Well, y'all, this has been a joy and a pleasure. And I just want to thank Ben and Maria. I like to count everybody who comes across our show, y'all who watch, the guests who appear, the people we see out, all the artists we see out as friends. I want to count everybody as friends, but Ben and Maria has been special friends to us, so encouraging, so helpful, so insightful with us. And me being an older guy or the oldest guy in the room, they've been so encouraging to me. And I talking about their content, some of the stuff that is posted, I know Maria posts more along these lines, but some very deep thoughts and things that's just really, and it's amazing how it always hits me right at the right time when I need to hear it. Or maybe something's in my mind and I open up and there she goes. And it's like, wow, thank you. I needed that. And I love these two to death and their precious family and all the Wolves and Kramers. But I thank Ben and Maria for being such a big friend to me and to my young friends on this panel. They mean the world to us.
We love you, Scott.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We love all you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Maybe in season 3, we'll see what happens again. We may, you may be mainstream.
Let's go.
Another round of the Newlywed Game. Let's go.
There we go. And I had one more thing that I was going to do, but I'm going to hold off on that because it probably would get us on a copyright catch on this thing. So I'll tease you guys. We may do that off camera if y'all got a second real quick, but I'll show it to y'all. All right, Avery. young lady, young friend, my partner in crime.
Yay.
You are giddy. Look at that grin. She looks like a mule eating briars. Look at that. Look at that grin.
I think like the first time we made a list, this person was on my list from the very beginning.
Okay.
Good.
So what I want to do, since you have that big beaming smile, is I want to let you tell the folks who's going to be our guest on March the 4th.
So on March the 4th at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to have Levi Mills from The Sound.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
We were just with them on the cruise. They're just great people. So talented.
Yes. And we are looking so forward to that. I love them, and I love the energy, and I love their sound. I love the sound of the sound. Yeah, I do. So we are looking forward to that. Y'all put that on your calendar. Y'all watching us. March 4th, we'll be back with Levi Mills of the Sound. If you're still hanging with us and you haven't shared us yet, we'd appreciate that. It helps us a lot. You like our page, follow us, go to YouTube and subscribe. Means the world to us. It'll help us out a lot. But thank y'all we can't do this without somebody watching. And from what I've seen so far, we've had a lot of folks watching tonight, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you to my panel. Thank you to producer Pastor Jason and Dawson in the room for helping us out and blessing us tonight. And thank you, Ben and Maria, for sharing your time with us. We thank you so much.
Our privilege.
All right, y'all. We'll see you around next time on Southern Gospel Forward. Y'all tune in.